Yo, what is good, nation? Pre draft show. You already know. 4 days away. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Here we go.
J Raider, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest. Gas Raider Nation, from Oakland to LA to in Vegas. Nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Stand up, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Welcome to the channel. It's called Just Raiders, baby. If you ain't subscribed, then you gotta try. Just Raiders, baby, nothing but love for the Raiders. Been an OG before 93. Shout out to the nation, they always crazy. So nation, ride with me, taking over my style is amazing. Making hits like Max on the blitz, the silver and black on the attack. They on the map, if you a fan then you with that. J Raider, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest. Gas Raider Nation, from Oakland to LA to in Vegas. Nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, J Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders, just Raiders. Putting on shows like Brock on the go. We just like J Raider, the innovator, making shows like Good Morning Raiders, the originator. Raiders Unfiltered, raw, never censored. The post-game reaction, nothing but action. Just Raiders, baby. Just Raiders. Just Raiders, baby. J Raider, the creator with the killer content. Hot takes and the dopest, yes. Raider Nation, the only nation. There ain't no question.
Just win, baby.
Win, baby.
Just win.
What is good, Raider Nation? Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. You already know I'm your host. I am Jay Raider. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys head on over, hit that like, hit that subscribe button on this channel. We still on the path to go ahead and grow this channel to 2,000 subscribers. We almost there. We halfway there, just over halfway. So if you're new, make sure you guys head on over, hit that like, hit that subscribe button on your boy over here. Happy 420, y'all. If to all my smokers, tokers, whatever, chokers, whatever you want to call them. Happy 420 for y'all. Hope y'all celebrating responsibility. I know I am. But again, we are only 4 days away from the NFL draft, y'all. We about to get some questions answered, as you already know, but we do have some things to go ahead and go over and kind of talk about leading up to the draft. And I'm gonna be live and direct with you every step of the way from day one all the way to day 3. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap in, hit that noti on the live streams I already have set up. I'm gonna have special guests. I'm not gonna do this thing utterly alone. So we're gonna have people pop in. We're gonna go ahead and talk that shit, give some analysis. It's gonna be a fire show. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in. We're gonna go ahead and start day one. Day one, we're gonna start at 4 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you guys go again, hit that notification on your boy on the live stream. Let me just make sure I got my times right, but we're gonna start an hour earlier than the draft. So yes, 4 p.m. Pacific. That is 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, and then 7 p.m. on the East Coast. We're gonna go ahead and go over some analysis, talk about you know, possible trade back scenarios if that were to happen, if the Raiders were to go ahead and do the unthinkable. You never know. We'll go ahead and talk about possibilities into trading up possibly into the first round as well. So that is also not out of the realm of possibilities. So make sure you guys go ahead, hit that notification on day one. We're also talking about the other picks as well on who's going to draft who and whatnot. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up. It's going to be a fire show. Again, we're going to have special guests. It's going to be pretty packed for that first day. Second day, again, we're starting early. We're starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Pacific. From all my peeps on the West Coast, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that notification, that notify me button for that show as well. We're going to go ahead and get started again. Probably one of the most important, the two most important rounds in this draft, aside from obviously the first round, that second round, pick 36, pick 67. We're going to go ahead and talk about that, possible scenarios that could go ahead and happen as well on on the second day for rounds 2 and 3. For the third day, that will be a Good Morning Raiders show again, like we did last year. We did Good Morning Raiders. It was pretty packed. So we're gonna go ahead and go through rounds 4 to 7 on that. Again, who can the Raiders take in all those rounds? Possible trade back scenarios, trade up scenarios. A lot of things could definitely happen and move really quickly in those rounds as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that notify me button on that live stream. We're going to start early. We're going to start at 8 a.m. Pacific, an hour early. So we're starting the live streams about an hour early, 45 minutes early. We're going to go ahead and talk about some things. There are different scenarios, analysis, possible picks as well, and the current picks that we have allocated to us at the current moment. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for that one. But yes, we are 4 days away from the NFL draft, 4 days away from Mendoza, and y'all already know. For I gotta go ahead and hit this one for my Mendoza piece.
He's pro ready. End of story.
There you go. There you go. Really quick, let me go ahead and do a quick roll call, check in with all my peeps in the building. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up, tapping in. Happy 420 to all my smokers, tokers, whatever in the building. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to my guy Alex in the building. What is good, my guy? Salute. Greg Lyra in the building. Yes, sir. Let's go. It is traffic 100%, my guys. Salute to you. Appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to my guy Anthony in the building, one of my mods here at Just Raiders. Salute to you, my guy. Appreciate you pulling up. I can't forget about one of my members here at Just Raiders, Raider Ryan in the building. Salute to my guy. If you want to be a member just like my guy, Raider Ryan, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that link that's pinned up top in the chat. Be a part of the JRB fam. Don't want to be left behind, left down in the dark. Hit that link to become a member and really support the show. It does help to go ahead and keep the lights on here for sure. Let's go ahead and salute to my guy Dixon Sider with the fire avatar. Appreciate you, my guy. And it's not an AI avatar either, according to my guy. So salute to you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up and tapping in. Yes, sir. All right. And salute to everybody out there as well. Everybody pulling up, everybody on X. Appreciate you guys tapping in. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about this. And I got a special treat for you guys. We're going to go ahead and do I'm do a little bit different. And I was working, I didn't know if I was going to have it ready, but I was able to go ahead and get this thing done. So I have a little treat for you guys. We're going to go ahead and really dissect and really go into rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I do want to go ahead and kind of just bring this topic up as far as spy potentially trading up and trading down in the draft. As you guys know, we did see that happen last year, especially in that second round. we did see Spytek go ahead and trade down a few spots, and we're able to go ahead and get some picks out of that. Don't be surprised if we have a similar scenario, um, come Friday. Shit, it could even happen possibly even Monday. You never know. We could possibly trade back up into the first round. Anything is possible. Craziest shit has happened, right? If they like a player, if they have somebody who they really want to go ahead and pursue, they might possibly go into the first round. That I, as much as you guys might think, you guys might doubt that possibly happened, and to some degree, you guys might be right. It could potentially happen. Now, don't sleep on this man. That dude don't give a fuck. Also, you never know. Raiders could always do the unthinkable. They can possibly trade that number one pick to a team that is very desperate. You guys heard Spytek the other week saying that, hey, they're listening to all offers. They know where certain teams stand. Don't know necessarily what that means, whether there's a deal done, whether call me on draft day, whether it's a flat out fuck no, we're drafting Mendoza. We just don't know, right? Um, but they've already had conversations, phone calls have already been made, excuse me. And so there is a definite peak interest in drafting Fernando Mendoza. So there are teams out there that want to go ahead and pick him up. So if the price is right, will Spytek pull the trigger? That is a question that we're going to go ahead and find out in just short 4 short days. 4 short days, literally right around the corner. Crazy. I can't believe. I mean, man, I would just think back the other day. We're back in January. We're trying to figure out whether or not we're gonna get Clint Kubiak as our coach, or just trying to figure out who could be our possible next head coach. And once Kubiak won his ring, and we cinched him in, pen to paper, we're like, all right, what's gonna happen in the draft, right? And the draft felt so far away, and yet now we're only 4 days away. Like I tell y'all, time flies, y'all. So we just went through free agency. We're still going through, free agency still open, but now the time has changed. The focus has changed now to the draft, literally about to start on Thursday. So, um, again, my thing is this: if the Raiders are really keen on trading back this pick, giving away, basically trading away this pick and trading back and getting a big haul for that number one pick, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna be shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap. Let's keep it a bean. I'm be shocked. And I'm gonna be like, who is the next pick? When are we picking next? Who's the next pick? Those are gonna be the words out of our mouth. And whoever's gonna be, rock with me, which I already know, we're gonna have we have some good peeps, and make sure you guys go ahead and tap in. I'll announce all the guests at the end of the show. But I even got my draft hat on as well. But I'll be like, who is a pick? Who are we drafting? Let's go. What type of moves are we going to go ahead and do from here? So very interesting to see what could possibly happen. But I think with excuse me, self trying to fight off this cough, guys. But well, all intents and purposes, I feel that Spytek is going to go ahead and draft Fernando Mendoza, pick up the quarterback for the foreseeable future. Obviously, there's a lot of things that have to happen to go ahead and really make that come to fruition. But obviously, you guys know my stance. I still feel that we need to go ahead and draft a quarterback, whether it's going to be at 1, whether it's going to be at 16, or wherever in that mix. I still feel that we need to go ahead and draft a quarterback, right? Um, this team needs a quarterback for the future. And it's for me, it's only been two guys that are really into that mix. Um, we got some developmental guys out there as well, but really to go ahead and put us into the the trajectory into contention within the next 2 3 years, it has to be a high quality quarterback. So obviously we'll go ahead and get that question answered very very soon. So but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see what happens. Literally Thursday can't come any sooner. Real quick, shout out to my guy Jack Kennan in the building. What is good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up and tapping in. Salute, salute. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do we're gonna do this next thing, and then we're gonna do I'll take some comments in between, obviously, and then we'll do a mock draft. So, um, obviously, the gist of today's show is going to be in this next segment. And honestly, I didn't know whether or not I was going to have enough time to go ahead and pull this off. But we're going to do a big board. I got this big board set up here, and we're going to go through rounds 2 to 5 again, kind of already foregoing knowing who the Raiders are going to pick at number one. Really, the focus is starting to go ahead and really, if it hasn't already, shift on rounds 2, 3, 4, and then you can even go ahead and put in 5. We're going to go ahead and put in 5 because you can go ahead and still pick up some talent within those rounds as well. So, again, this is kind of my idea of the big board, and I was kind of surprised. I was kind of surprised I was able to go ahead and make it happen, right? Finish it off. I was kind of chomping at the bit uh, last minute, so just because I didn't think it was gonna be able to go ahead and get done. So all right. It's starting to come out one. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let me fix this. Still comes out on the okay. Here, let me do it like this. Again. All right. Nope. Okay. Oh well. All right. But again, appreciate you guys pulling up and rock with me this Monday night. Um, Hopefully, you guys are already at the crib or heading to the crib. But if you guys are stuck at work, hopefully, this time we'll make it go by just a little bit faster. But let's go ahead and hit up this big board, y'all. You already know. Here, let me go ahead and take this off. All right. Hopefully, you guys can go ahead and see it. All right. So this is the big board. This is my big board. Rounds 2 to 5. I'm gonna have to make it kind of a little bit interactive, y'all. Just because I don't got PowerPoint on my shit, so we're able to go ahead and kind of do this up in this kind of interactive version here a bit. So um, let's go ahead and kind of dive into it. Again, in round 2, the way I have it set up, and I have it listed by priority, I have D tackle set up as priority position number 1, corner 2, cornerback 2, wide receiver 3, safety 4, linebacker 5, edge 6, offensive line 7. Okay. Obviously, for reasons being the need, and we talked about this on Wednesday. I feel like it's a little bit combination of BPA and team needs as well. But I feel that obviously, hopefully you guys are in agreement. If you're not, it's fine. But nose tackle, I think, is probably a position that we need to go ahead and really fill up with some really, really good talent. Obviously, losing uh, what's his name? Christian Wilkins did kind of hurt, but even though we didn't get really a whole lot of production, um, kind of the idea of just having Adam Butler out there really playing nose tackle is not something I really want to go ahead and really think about. So I feel that the need in the second round, the priority need will be defensive tackle. So, um, but I have it down listed if you guys can go ahead and see. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into it. In the second round, as far as the DT on the big board, Caden McDonald out of Ohio State, if he's available, if he happens to drop down in certain mocks, obviously that he does fall into the second round. We're pick 36. There is a decent probability that he might be there. And the fact that he does go into a late first round, um, second second pick, second choice after that will be Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech. Uh, that'll be a phenomenal pickup. We've met with Lee Hunter as well. If Lee Hunter is also, and there's projections sometimes where he's not there, he gets picked up late first round, um, or he gets picked up a couple spots before us because we don't pick right away on the second round. I think we're like the fourth pick, or the fourth pick in the second round. So if these two guys happen to go ahead and go off the board, Christian Miller will be my next pick out of Georgia. After that, Caleb Banks. Caleb Banks is also there. Again, this is just the second round. And we're gonna talk about Caleb Banks in just a bit. I did put him there, and he has to be put there because he can definitely go ahead and be there, even though he might go down a few rounds, right? Um, it still got to put him in there, right? And so he's put last. But again, these are all put in the order that I felt that these guys are kind of more rated, that I feel that would be the best fit to us. And not to say that Caleb Banks is not going to be a good fit. You think it would be a phenomenal fit. I think it's just barring his injury, barring some of the mocks I've seen, he might be in that third round. So we're going to go ahead and kind of keep that ace in the pocket for right now. Going into the next one, cornerback, we got Brandon Sykes out of South Carolina, D'Angelo Pons out of Indiana, and then Ivian Terrell out of Clemson. Excuse me. Those three guys there. Brandon Sykes, again, I've seen him on certain mocks be there early in the second round. Same thing for D'Angelo Pons. So if we're not able to go ahead and get any of our nose tackles here, corner could be definite scenario. Also, too, if these guys are stacked down below, if Kane and McDonald's out of the board and Christian Miller's uh, way down in the second round, Brandon Sykes is there, you can also go ahead and make that leap to pick up Sykes if he's there. We would need another corner eventually. Um, Barring Stokes, I don't see him here for too long. Luckily, he was healthy last year. Knock on wood, he stays healthy this year again, right? But drafting a guy that can be here for 4 years on relatively a cheap deal, who could definitely be a potential star corner, would be a great pickup. So um, that's what I have those guys categorized at. Um, Real quick, let me go ahead and tap into the chat again. Appreciate you guys pulling up and rocking with me on this Monday night again. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit the like, hit that subscribe button on your boy. Appreciate you guys pulling up and tapping in this Monday. All right. Let me go down to the comments. Shout out to my guy Marcus Banks in the building. What is good, my guy? Appreciate you tapping in. Salute. Let's see here. My guy Jack says, hopefully McDonald drops to the second round. Yes, sir. We'll see. My guy Greg says I would add in Chris Johnson from San Diego State. I'd like to do more at DB. We're gonna get to him in just a bit. I believe I do have him added in. Um, I don't think I slept on him, but if not, it's all right. Well, we'll just kind of him in a certain section. Um, yeah. Again, this is the second round, guys. Second round. Okay, these are categorized by rounds. So, this is also kind of going by a mock I did earlier today as well. I'll go ahead and share that with you guys. I didn't even. I was trying to go ahead and put it up on the ticker. I'll probably put it up in the ticker for Monday. I'm sorry, for Thursday's show when we go ahead and kick off the NFL draft. So, um, yeah, that'll be good. So to my guy Troy in the building, what is good? Will you be on when the draft? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you got in a little bit late, so I have the live stream set up for all 3 days. Make sure you guys go ahead and head on over to the channel. Hit that notify me button on all the live streams. We are starting on day one at hold on one second. We're starting at just because of the time difference. So we're starting at 4 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Pacific for day one. We're starting out basically we're starting an hour earlier than the draft to go ahead and just go over analysis and whatnot. We're gonna have special guests. I'll go ahead and go over the special guests at the end of the show. But day two will start at 3 p.m. Pacific on the west for all my people on the West Coast. We'll do that show early, and then Saturday, day three, it'll be a Good Morning Raider show. We're gonna start bright eyed and bushy tailed, 8 a.m. Pacific, for all my peeps in Cali, in the West Coast. Make sure you guys go ahead and get your coffee, get your mind right, whatever it is, because we're gonna go ahead and start. It's gonna be one of those days. So we're gonna cover rounds 4 to 7 on that day. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for those. Again, I'll go ahead and I'll share the links on the chat towards the end of the show, and then I'll go ahead and go over the guests as well. They're going to be joining me on these live streams as well. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get back into the draft board. Then after corner, if these three guys are gone, excuse me. Give me a second. Going after if these two positions are gone, nobody's there, and Christian Miller and Caleb Banks are just way down in the draft. Why or these guys happen to be available at 36 as well. You have then I got Denzel Boston out of Washington, Ted Hurst, Georgia State, and Skylar Bell. Skylar Bell, I'll probably if these happen to be trade back scenarios also as well, if we were to go ahead and do a trade for with that 36 pick and trade back a few spots, depending where we go ahead and land at, or if we pick up another second round pick or whatever the scenario is, this might also fall into place. So just keep that in mind as well. So this applies to different scenarios. We can potentially trade back at 36 pick. We might be in a different scenario where Kane McDonald, Lee Hunter, Christian Miller might be gone. They might be off the table, right? Caleb Banks might be off the table too. You just don't know. Brandon Size, DeAngelo Pond, Terrell might be gone. They might get picked up. If we're picking 50, 52, and that's kind of the middle of the second round, you might have some of these guys get off the board. And that could definitely happen. So guys like Ted Hurst, Skylar Bell might be in that mid second round. Going on to safety, Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo. My top safety for me, A.G. Halsey, and then Genesis Smith round out the top three safeties in for the second round. Fifth priority, linebacker. Again, if we're able to go, if by whatever notion, I got to put my guy up here, Jacob Rodriguez, or if Spytek wants a linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez is to me considered probably the highest ranked linebacker in the second round. Um, Out of all the linebackers, again, this is not guys. They're higher rank. Obviously, there's better and higher rank guys, and these guys are going to go ahead and go off the board in the first round. This is just for the second round, Jacob Rodriguez. And again, he's on my wish list. I'm a little biased. It's all good. I'm gonna put him up there. CJ Allen out of Georgia, Anthony Hill Jr. As well. So if there's again a trade back in there, we trade back that 36 pick, or we move back a few spots and we get an extra, lower second round pick out of that. If there's a really needy team that wants to go ahead and make sure that nobody picks up their guy, and that phone rings and they say, you know what do you want for that 36 pick? They got an extra second. We might end up picking up an extra second. So that also can be falling into these categories as well. But for linebackers, these are my top three guys that I see in that second round. Priority 6, edge, that would be VPA. So if whatever scenario we land on and there is there's no or these guys are off the board already, best player available for edge. And same thing for offensive line. I did put offensive line there. I do feel that we need to go ahead and draft an offensive line, but for me, especially in the second round, it is not a big priority for me. It's probably the least priority, obviously, for running back and quarterback, not even on here and for the second round. But if we were to go ahead and trade back that first round pick, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go ahead and pick up a quarterback somewhere in the first round. Just have a little feeling. I don't know. We'll see. But you guys, let me know what you guys think about this draft board. Who would you guys add? Who would you guys take out? Again, appreciate you guys pulling up and rocking with me on this Monday night. Let's see here. All right. Hey, appreciate you, my guys. Salute to you. Thanks for pulling up. Second, Jack. My bad. All right. Appreciate you, Jack. Salute, man. All right. Shout out to Cerebral. He says, Caden McDonald at pick 36. That's why I got him there at number 1, man. That's my guy, number 1. Shout out to my guy, 805 in the building. What is good, my guy? Appreciate you pulling up. All right. Let's see here. Greg says, I do like Jake Golday as well and Orr from TCU. There you go. All right. Yeah. Trotter is nice. Troy says, don't like the pick of Mendoza, but if the pick, but if he's a pick, then I'll support him and hope he becomes a great quarterback. I want Spytek to trade down in the second for more picks. There you go. All right. I like that too, bro. I wouldn't be mad at that. But if he stays at 36, that's cool too. You just don't know a scenario that could potentially happen. We might trade back a couple spots. It might not be we jump down 10 spots. It might be, we go back 2, 3 spots, maybe 5 spots, 6 spots. You just don't know, right? I would be a little bit leery if you go down all the way down towards the bottom of the second, just because a lot of the talent starts leaving at that point. But again, it's just kind of going off by your big board. And I know they got theirs pretty locked in. I think they're probably doing last minute things, and I would not blame them. Shout out to my guy Jason Downs in the building. He says, "What trades happening more? Trades possibly coming. Some really good players are going to fall to us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Obviously, you already know. Giants and Cincy making that big trade over the weekend. You got Dex Lawrence heading over to Cincy. They gave up their 10th round pick, so Giants will be on the clock at number 10. So that kind of changes things. They might pick up nose tackle around that time, or they can go ahead and kind of float back and pick up something in the second round. So um, that kind of changes things up a little bit. I'm a little bit surprised about that. Um, and so, but that is what kind of happened over the weekend. But yeah, all right. Let's go ahead and kind of move on, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the third. All right, and this is the third round. And I here, if you guys see, there's a little note. So it says no if no DT is taken in the second round. So this applies. D tackle applies only if we did not pick up somebody in the second round. Okay, I still got to prioritize as being the top position to go ahead and fill if we do not take somebody in the second round. Caleb Banks now floats up to that top of that list. Again, seeing different mock drafts, seeing projections of him falling due to his injury. If you guys didn't know, he injured himself during the combine. He already had a previous injury in that same foot or similar or probably the opposite foot. I forgot. I can't tell you 100%. But he did re-aggravate or he did suffer another foot injury. So a little bit cause of concern. Some teams might go ahead and pass that up. Um, if that's something they're going to go ahead and uh, really take a look at, right? But this might be a situation where John Spytek might decide, hey, you know what, this might, depending how his rehab, depending what was done through the rehab, they've already met with him. They might be like, hey, we didn't pick up a guy in the second round. He's still there. Let's go ahead and get our guy, right? Um, so that could definitely be a possibility. Dominic Orange will be my second guy in that position. Big Citrus. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Just wait. All those guys before were second round. These are the third round guys. So Dominic Orange, I did put him up there earlier. He is slated to go up a little bit sooner than the fourth round. So late third, mid third could be there. You just don't know. He could probably even go sooner. You just don't know, right? But definitely got to put him on that list. I like that guy. A guy who would definitely play the 1 and 0 tech. Grace Holden will be my guy, my third guy to go ahead and round out and just kind of just going more on BPA. But just out of the two guys, will probably be there in the third round. I like Caleb Banks and Dominic Orange, and then Grace Holton in third. Again, this is if no D tackles are taken in the second round. Going into the next position, wide receiver, priority 2. Obviously, we got Jacoby Lane, potential there to maybe eventually going up to wide receiver 1. He does need some work, but the possibility is there. Our guy, Zach Branch, Raider Royalty, he's there. I got him on that list, right? This guy's projected to go late third, maybe early fourth. So got him second in line. And you could definitely still pick him up in the second round. Speedster, but more importantly, this guy can go ahead and really do the kick returns, punt returns, special teams play for you for sure. Elijah Sherratt kind of going more on that BPA type of style in this wide receiver room. Obviously, uh, having that continuity with Mendoza, but for me, it's great and all, but it's not a priority, right? That's why I got him third in line, and then Bryce Lane. If y'all didn't know, this is uh, uh I think I got that wrong. I think I put this last name wrong. I think it's Bryce Lance, but he's Trey Lance's younger brother. So he's out of North Dakota State, potential wide receiver there as well. Moving on to the next position, cornerback. I got Julian Neal out of Arkansas, Davidson Bigneson out of Ohio State, Malik Muhammad out of Texas, Decario Davis, Washington, in that room. Excuse me. Um, Julian Neal will be a really good pickup on that corner. Same thing for Davidson. And Lincoln Muhammad would be cool. Dakara Davis, technically kind of more of a early fourth round projection. But there sometimes he's slated to go off late third round as well. Um, Priority four as far as position, Kamari Ramsey, um, USC, Jalen Kilgore, as well, and then Bud Clark out of TCU. Kilgore, I believe he is. My bad. I don't know why. It did not get listed there, but I did have him listed. Um, uh, oh yeah, I didn't. I didn't have him listed, but got you got Kilgore. I believe he's out of South Carolina. So another South Carolina Gamecock out there as well. And then you got you got Edge as a fifth priority, Armis Thomas, Joshua Josephs, Dennis Sutton out there as well. And then linebacker for the linebacker party six, Josiah Trotter, Jake Olday, Donate Lawson, and then offensive line for priority seven, going again BPA. Now you start now in this third round, you can go ahead and start really even daydreaming about a running back. If none of these guys were there, or if there's some guy too good to be true that is possibly there in the third round, now you got to go ahead and think about it. But again, having us drafted last year, um, um, our guy, it doesn't really seem like a big priority to go ahead and have a running back, picking up a running back in the third round. So, um, again, what do you guys think about this big board? Who would you guys take? Who would you guys go ahead and put in? Who would you guys remove? Let me know, you guys. Let me know down below in the chat. If you guys are watching the replay, make sure you guys go ahead and hit up that comment section as well. Let me know what you guys think and who should be there and who should be out. All right, let me go ahead and hit up the chat. Let's see here. All right. All right. Greg says, I am in strong agreement. D tackle, corner or defensive back, wide receiver, and safety. All right. And then let's see here. Ray Ryan says, sticking and picking on the first, everything else is tradable. Okay. All right. There you go. Cool. Let's see here. Lane is good pick there. All right. Troy says, if you were GM, would you take DT or wide receiver? And if Hurst is there at 36, might pull the trigger or D tackle from Florida, then I will go with him. Okay. If I'm the GM, would I take a D tackle receiver? I'm gonna go off my big board, man. Honestly, this is kind of how you want to run it. Unless there's somebody really good that you just can't bypass, man. That you can't ignore. Then you have a tough decision on whether or not you're going to go ahead and ignore your big board and just go BPA, or you're going to stick to your big board and hold true, right? So those are some of the tough decisions that have to be made, man. So it just sucks. So, I think if you have a plan in place, you try to stick to your plan as much as possible. That's kind of how I think of it. I'll think about it. Hang on one second, guys. I'm gonna pull up this. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see here. Alex says Blood Clark available. Yep. Yep. Mason Thomas is a stud. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bryce Lance. There you go. All right. Banks is good. 100%. Uh, Sixth round taking a running back then. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, but what I'm saying is that in third you can already start like, all right, fathoming it if you know all your guys off your board, or all the guys off this board or your board or Spytek's board is gone, you can start thinking about that running back. But again, the priority is number 8. It's the last thing on the list. It would take a lot to go ahead and get to that. It's number 8. So I don't know, but yeah, you still got to go ahead and kind of acknowledge it. All right. So let's go ahead and go into the fourth round, y'all. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up, tapping in on this Monday night. Again, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button on your boy on this channel. It really does help to go ahead and really spread the channel to the YouTube universe. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, reshare this stream, wherever possible, on Instagram, on X, for all my peoples on X. Hit that repost. Same thing for Instagram. Go ahead and share that story with the link that's in the story as well. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Okay. So the fourth round, and now we got corner, edge, linebacker, running back, priority number 4, safety 5, offensive line 6. And I'm gonna go ahead and explain these position rankings, um, as far as what is kind of the logic behind this. All right. So for corner, obviously at this point, if we didn't pick up a corner, this might be a situation where we're picking up a corner at this point, right? Um, but let's say for our test's purposes, either we went corner or wide receiver in the third round, um, or we went corner in the third round. The next one would be edge, and you got Romello Height, Danny Dennison out of Penn State, LT Overton, and Anthony Lucas. Linebacker will be the next one, and this is me wanting to go ahead and kind of really finishing filling out that linebacker room. I put Harold Perkins out of LSU, Terry New York, guy definitely go ahead and keep your eyes out on. Caleb Orr out of TCU and Aiden Fisher as the last guy. Um, Priority 4 running back, and now you can go ahead and start really thinking about that running back really a little bit more seriously at this point. And you got priority. Let's talk about priority 5, which is safety, right? And the reason why I have it where it's running back before safety, and it's not because of the need, it's just because of the talent that I've kind of seen in a few mocks where the safety talent is not so much there. So there's still talent in running back that you have a few guys that are floating around in the fourth round. We pick early to about mid fourth round. We have 3 picks: 102, 117, 134. Um, I feel that the pick best be used will probably be running back over safety, just based on the talent that can potentially still be there for safety. So this is how it's ranked. This is kind of the method to the madness, if you want to go ahead and say. So again, for running back room, I got Katron Allen out of Penn State, Kalen Black, Indiana, uh, Demon Claiborne out of Wake Forest, for the running back class in the fourth round. Um, the next one, safety, Lewis Moore out of Indiana, and then Michael Taffy out of Texas, and then party 6, line offensive line. Again, going BP available. You got a couple guys that are going to be there Obviously Isaiah Wolves is going to be one of those guys out of Oregon. He's going to be floating around there. You got a couple other guys as well. I believe. Trying to think. I believe Crownover might be there. I can't. I'm trying to remember. I don't think he's there, but you have a couple guys that are going to be floating around as far as tackles and guards in that fourth round. So just kind of going BPA in that scenario. If none of these guys are available, right? Most of the talent is gone. You traded back. Different scenarios. You could have done a trade where we might have had to give up the 102 or something, or give up 102, 117 to get back into the third round, or in the second round, or just you don't know, just depending what kind of deal that was made. So you might be picking at 134, so you might have to go down further down the draft board into one of your guys, and these guys will probably be the guys to go ahead and kind of keep your eye out on and see, one of these guys potentially move off. We pull one of these guys off the board. So definitely could happen. Putting it out there. All right, but you guys, let me know what you guys think about this round. We have 3 rounds, so definitely, let's say we've done everything. We went straight up. We haven't traded back. We haven't done any scenarios. You got corner. If that wasn't already fulfilled, you can potentially put a wide receiver there, some leftovers from the third round. And honestly, you're probably just looking at Zachariah Branch and Bryce Lance being there early fourth round. They could potentially move off pretty quickly. Everybody else that you see in the fourth round, that talent is not quite as good. So I don't have it listed, but you can definitely pull off. If you might have a couple of these guys still be lingering around early fourth round. Again, we pick 102. That's very early. We're like the second one in the fourth round. Then you got linebacker. So just really filling out that linebacker room with a really good pick. Despite that, we have uh, N'Kobe Dean and Quay Walker. You still want to go ahead and add another guy in there. Again, this is a guy that if everything works out, hopefully will be with us for the next 4 years. We don't know how long Walker and Dean will actually be here. We have them signed for 2, but obviously you already know they're going to want that money once that guaranteed money is gonna runs out or close to running out. So we always go through the scenario. So getting a guy in the long term through the draft is always key there, and will be some added help for that defense, especially for Max Crosby. And that's why having a guy like Romello Height, edge in the second priority, picking him up within that 117 mark. I think he's ranked about 125th or 128, somewhere around there in the 120s. The reach wouldn't be too much. You're not reaching a whole lot. And he could potentially go even sooner. You just don't know. So these 3 guys up here, studs. I even like Anthony Lucas as well. And again, just getting some help for Max Crosby, and getting another linebacker in there as well. So again, you guys let me know what you guys think about this. Who would you add? Who would you take off as well? All right. Let me go ahead and hit up the chat. Let's see here. All right. Shout out to my guy, third leg Raider. Appreciate you, my guy, with the
Raiders!
man. Hey, Dixon, you got some. You got to run for your money, bro. You got to run for your money. All right. Uh, Warren definitely going in round 1. I don't know. Let's see here. Troy says, which running back would be available in the fourth round? Katron has been there early fourth. I've seen some mocks where he's there. I think we picked him up last week when we did the connection show. We picked up Katron Allen. Um, he would be a good complimentary back. Kalon Black, another guy, and then Claiborne would be available there somewhere around the fourth round. These guys will probably go off early in the fourth. There you go, Takaria Davis. Yep, Takaria Davis, man. You never know. It might be a Raider. Let's see here. Jack says, when am I on the offensive guard? Pengram from Oregon. Okay. All right. Perkins is nice. Apocalypse says defensive tackle, corner, safety, wide receiver, offensive line, linebacker, running back would be my priority order. Safety and a wide receiver are close. Okay, there you go. So I guess shout out to my guy Rosetown in the building. What is good, my guy? One of my mods here at Just Raiders. Appreciate you tapping in, my guy. Salute. Yeah, Alex says Katron is a good hard yards back. There you go. Yep, exactly, man. Greg says Seth McGowan is another good running back coming out of Kentucky. Yep. I have him kind of lower in the fourth round. So I don't have him necessarily on that list. But yeah, he is, bro. Yeah, so definitely got to go ahead and kind of just keep a little eye on. Troy says Allen, Michael, Sutton would be my picks. Okay, there you go. There you go. Bryce Lance, all around traits are very good. Okay. Alex says Claiborne is a guy that adds some real speed to that running back room. Okay. There you go. Jalen Kilgore was a corner. No, he was a safety. Safety. It might be a scenario where they might have him listed as corner in certain sites. I don't know. As far as I know, he's safety, and kind of just jumping back into that third round. Any of these three guys are going to be fucking phenomenal. Obviously, Ramsey is probably the stud there in the third round. The Kilgore's right behind him, and these guys can play nickel, and this is what we really need, nickel guy. I know we went out and got Johnson, and that's cool, but again, if we can go ahead and bring out a draft a stud like Ramsey or Kilgore, it's definitely going to go ahead and boost up our offense for sure. All right. Again, we're just going through the big board, y'all. This is my big board. We're doing rounds 2 to 5. So, and again, just going. These are all ranked by level of importance, by priority, as you guys can go ahead and see. So we're doing the big board. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the fifth and final round. Well, it's not the final round for the draft, but this is how far as we're gonna go on the big board. Everything else, I feel, it's gonna be more of depth there, and we can kind of run the mock and talk about that in just a bit. And we can go ahead and kind of fill out that 6th and 7th round. All right, y'all. So again, 5th round, I got linebacker, offensive line, running back, and then you got safety as being the last priority. Linebacker, that's if that's pick 175. If we're not able to go ahead and pick up a linebacker, these guys are all gone in the 4th round. Like where we would be overreaching at that point. We went into the 5th round. It would be keen to go ahead and pick up a linebacker, and at that moment, you got Kendall Daniels out of Oklahoma, Keyshawn Elliott, Arizona State, Jack Kelly, BYU. And then now we can go ahead and really start considering offensive line. Offensive line, just picking up again. This would be more depth. This would be a guys that we go ahead and plug in. Possible swing tackles, a guard, So I got a list. I got all three listed. So I got Mark Bell, left tackle out of Florida. This obviously would be the eventual replacement for Colton Miller whenever he decides to go ahead and hang that up. He probably has about 2 more years. And picking out a guy in the fifth round, it's probably going to take him that long to go ahead and be ready. So um, just kind of food for thought. Travis Burke, right tackle. Now, I have him listed as right tackle because he's actually a swing. He can play swing, but he's more dominant right. Um, so my thing is like either we pick up a left tackle or preferably another swing. But if we're able to go ahead and find a guy who's just a little bit better at that left side, that's going to go ahead and work wonders. But having two swing tackles, you can go ahead and plug in at a moment's notice. As you know, um, left tackle in itself is a really hard position to fill if you can find a guy to go ahead and really be able to do a pretty good job or pretty decent job. I think that's you can go ahead and really hope for bar none drafting guy early like in the second round. That's really going to go ahead and make an impact. But if you're just really going ahead and drafting for depth, this is probably the guys you want to go ahead and keep an eye out on. These guys are project guys. These guys are going to be really developing more than getting snaps, getting reps, right? So um, after offensive line, if we didn't pick up a running back in the fourth round, really the guy that really worth mentioning is probably Robert Henry UTSA. Everybody else that's still there as far as running back will probably be best to go ahead and pick up in the sixth round. Um, and then obviously the last position to go ahead and put priority for be safety. And I still feel like we need to go ahead and draft a safety as far as either we're drafting a guy to go ahead and eventually, take over from Chin, or you're drafting for depth, or you're drafting for depth. So we're drafting for depth. I got Deshaun Singleton out of Nebraska and then Jalen Husky out of Maryland for the two guys at safety, priority 4. So again, let me know what you guys think. This is round 5, pick 175 is our pick. I know I don't have it listed there. I forgot to go ahead and put that in. But yeah, round 5 would be pick 175. So, what'd you guys add? Who would you guys take out? Do you guys like the board that you guys see? And then we'll go over all of them again really quick and just kind of run it down. But yeah, this kind of fills out rounds 2 to 5 for the draft board. All right. Let's see here. Greg says Seth McGowan. Okay. I think I read that one already. Yeah. I think I'm a little bit behind here. Let's see. Alcam says Bud Clark been better at producing the picks. Okay. Jack Hanna says Orange, if no D was taken, number 3, Lane wide receiver leading to Big Citrus. Yeah, he'd be in the third round, my guy, for sure. Alec M says Keyshawn Elliott, a solid linebacker. Yep, Arizona, bro, Arizona State. So long as you draft him in that 5th round, and probably if he's there in the 6th, and you didn't pick up a linebacker, that would be a great pickup for sure. Yeah, Robert Henry worth looking at, for sure, 100%. All right, so just kind of going back before we go on to the next part, y'all. Again, this is the big board. 2nd round, I got D tackle, corner, wide receiver, safety, linebacker, edge, offensive line, priority number 7. In that 2nd round for D tackle, Caleb McDonald, Lee Hunter, Christian Miller, Caleb Banks. For corner, we got Brandon Sice, D'Angelo Pons, Avian Terrell, wide receiver, Got Denzel Boston. Obviously, you guys know Denzel Boston. Again, this might be a guy where he might go, late first round, or he might get picked, a couple picks before we had to pick. So, obviously, real good potential of being wide receiver one. Huge upside for that guy. So after that, Ted Hurst, Skylar Bell, priority four, Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo, AJ Halsey, Jensen Smith. So if all the D tackles are gone, or most of them, except for Caleb Banks, corners, wide receivers, if we happen to trade back, and we're looking at maybe picking at 45, 48, 50, whatever, somewhere around that vicinity. Emmanuel McNeil Warren might be a guy who might be there, or AJ Halsey, Jensen Smith will probably be there mid to the second round, mid to late second round, excuse me. Linebacker, you got Jacob Rodriguez. Again, this is just a wish list. I don't know if I would go linebacker necessarily off the gate, but obviously, if you never know. All right. Sorry, my mic cut out. But you never know. If we trade back a couple spots, we pick up an extra pick, and Jacob Rodriguez is there early on. And if we just move back 2 or 3 spots, he's still there. Hey, why not? Right? One can only dream. Aside from him, CJ Allen out of Georgia, Anthony Hill Jr. out of Texas. Then Edge would be BPA. So whoever's there, BPA got Cassius Howell, got a couple of guys that are going to be there at Edge in the second round. So if you wanted to go ahead and really help out Max, probably going BPA in that Edge will be ideal. And then obviously priority 7 offensive line. If none of these guys are available, we're picking probably, second to last pick in the second round. Offensive line one might be a position that we might go ahead and consider. In the third round, obviously, if we haven't picked the nose tackle by then, you got Caleb Banks, Dominic Orange, Grace Holton, your top 3 defensive tackles. If again we don't take a nose tackle in the second round, whether it be at 36 or training back, if you don't get a guy, then D tech will probably be a position that we hit up early. Wide receiver will be after that Jacoby Lane, Zach Branch, Zach Branch, Raider royalty, Elijah Surratt, just putting him on there. As far as BPA guys, that they're kind of after Branch, and I put Branch over or Surratt, just again, we have the continuity, but I think you know Zach Branch has the speed, and also has a special teams ability as well. Would definitely be a good pickup if we go ahead and pick him up in that third round, or if we trade back in that third round to a later round, later in that third round, he'd probably be a good pick as well. And then you got Bryce Lance from North Dakota State as well. Corner will be the next position, priority 3, with Julian McNeil, Davidson McNewson, Malik Muhammad, Takario Davis. And then safety, Kamari Ramsey, Jalen Kilgore, Bud Clark, Edge. This is really we start really, taking the edge position a little bit more seriously. But you still have him priority 5. Again, having R. Mason Thomas, Joshua Josephs, Dennis Sutton on there. Linebacker will be priority 6. Josiah Trotter, Jake Olday, Deontay Lawson. Offensive line, and then running back for BPAs. So, and then fourth round, then you go corner, edge, linebacker, running back, safety, offensive line. Forward corner, got Takario Davis. So if we haven't picked up a corner by then, I would go ahead and definitely pick up Takario Davis. I don't think Chris Johnson would be there by the fourth round. I'll be stunned if he's still there. Um, he'd probably be there more in that third round as opposed to in that second, and or even going highs in the set or high in the second round or mid second or low second. That's why also I don't have him on here as well. He's cool, but I just feel these guys are just tad better, or just better than Chris Johnson. But y'all can disagree with me. That's okay. But Takara Davis, Massis being there out of Cal, Devin Moore out of Florida, then priority two edge. Really, this is probably where the opportunity where you would go ahead and pick up another edge player, as opposed to drafting guy that's at seven. Now you kind of now you can go ahead and spend your 117 pick or 102, 134. Romello Height will probably be there. I don't see him being there after 130, to be honest with you. Danny Dennison out of Penn State, LT Overton out of Alabama, Anthony Lucas out of USC. Those guys are pretty good. Um, Linebacker Harold Perkins Jr. out of LSU, Terry York, Caleb Orr out of TCU, and then Aiden Fisher. So picking up a linebacker, and these would be very, very serviceable. Excuse me, I can't even talk. Serviceable linebackers, but you still have guys that can go ahead and start making an impact in your top three, which is Perkins, York, and Orr. Getting one of those three guys will definitely be a good addition to that linebacker room. This and then going into running back, this is really where you start taking that position, filling it out, and picking up a running back a little bit more seriously. And you have some talent there that can go ahead and really, really be a complementary piece. But honestly, probably starting from the fourth round and down, you can go ahead and pick up almost any guy, and I think you would still go ahead and kind of win because again, we already got our guy in Ashton Genty. We don't need our the next back to do too much. But here I got Katron Allen, Keelan Black, and then Demon Claiborne out of Wake Forest as the running back room. Safety, Lewis Moore and Michael Taffy out of Texas, and then offensive line would be priority six, and then how we go just BPA. You got a couple guys there. Um, whoever's the best offensive lineman at that point, aside from center, would probably be viable to draft, right? So you got again Isaiah World's probably gonna be floating around there. You got a couple other guys as well. So um, interesting to see who will be who we can go, who will still be there in that fourth round around the time that we pick. Going into the fifth round here, linebacker, offensive line, running back, and safety. Again, Kendall Daniels out of Oklahoma, Keyshawn Elliott, Jack Kelly, the linebackers, offensive line, Markel Bell, Travis Burke, Ennis Cooper, right guard out of Florida, and that kind of helps add some more depth on that right side. Running back, really the premier guy, the guys really too worth mentioning it around this time. Everybody else will probably go lower in the sixth round, seventh round. Would be Robert Henry out of UTSA. Safety would be priority four. Again, Deshaun Singleton and Jalen Husky, the two safeties worth mentioning around the fifth round, and the last priority, which would be safety at this point. Again, you have some of this talent start diminishing a little bit once you start getting to the fifth and sixth and seventh round. You're at that point drafting guys more for depth as opposed to talent. So there you have it. That is my big board. Hope you guys liked it. Again, you guys let me know what you guys think down in the chat. And if you guys are watching the replay in the comment section as well, let me know, you guys let me know your thoughts on the big board and who would you put, who would you take off, There's no right or wrong answer. All answers are accepted and welcome. As long as y'all cool, I'm good with it. So there you have it. But this is my big board. Rounds 2 to 5. Again, excuse me, guys. I'm still trying to get over this cough. It's been 3 weeks now. It sucks being sick. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. Let me go down to the chat. Alex says Masses is a sleeper corner as well. Yep. Kendall Daniels would be my pick. Okay, there you go. There you go. Shout out to Eric. He says, need great players. Settling for good players doesn't work. I mean, you can't hit great players every round, bro. It's hard. That's just the way the draft is set up. You're not gonna, you might have a few guys that might trickle down to like a later round, but once you get to that, you know, fifth round, sixth round, seventh round, even somewhere around that mid fourth, talent starts diminishing. So this is kind of how it is. You got to kind of start looking at the guys that really can go ahead and make have you think that these are the guys that are going to go ahead and really help out the team and really help to either provide a quality depth or help to improve that position. But yeah, it's kind of hard to go ahead and get great players every single round. Those rounds 1 to 3, you're gonna be getting good talent. 4, at a certain point, that talent starts diminishing, but you can still pick up some gems there for sure. 5th, ain't so many gems anymore, so it's just hard. It's just hard though. Alex says 6th and 7th rounds go pretty quick. Teams go pretty quick. Teams going by their draft boards pretty strictly. Yeah, exactly, man. So that's just kind of how it goes. Let me go ahead and share this with you guys. Again, this is a mock that I did earlier today. There we go. All right. And post this up. All right. So this is the mock that I did earlier today. We'll do one in just a bit as well. And getting ready for Thursday, day 1 of the 2026 NFL draft. You already know it's gonna be an exciting one. But here's my mock. Again, obviously going with the consensus pick, drafting Fernando Mendoza at 36. Kalen McDonald was there. So I went ahead and picked him up. 67, you got Jacoby Lane. So kind of going with my wide receiver after D tackle. So we got that D tackle going into the wide receiver, picking up Jacoby Lane and getting possible wide receiver one for the future. Then at 102, and again, this draft there was no trade backs, straight up, no trade backs. Drafting at the picks. I got Takario Davis at 102 out of Washington. Then at 117, Romello Height out of Texas Tech. 134, picked up a running back, a complimentary running back, and Damian Claiborne. And then 175 is Kendall Daniels, linebacker out of Oklahoma. 185, so you got the beginning of the 6th round. You got Anez Cooper, offensive guard, Miami. And then you got 208, so that is your next 6th round pick. Jacoby Thomas, safety out of Florida. And then 219 picked up a tackle. He is a swing tackle, Emil Wagner out of Notre Dame, just to go ahead and get that tackle to eventually take over for Colton Miller whenever he decides to go ahead and part ways and hang it up with the Raiders. So there you have it. Again, PFSN giving me an A minus. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about this draft? You guys grade this mock A, B, C, D, or F. You guys let me know down in the chat and in the comment section as well. Appreciate you guys. Be gentle. Be nice. Be nice. But you know what, man? Whatever.
Y'all ain't ready, homeboy. Get to walking.
Y'all ain't ready. Get to walking, bro. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about this mock. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and go into the next thing here. We're gonna go ahead and kick off of the mock. We're gonna do a quick mock. Man, I thought I had this ready. All right. Oh, I had it in my other computer. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do our 7 round mock. You already know we're gonna go ahead and go fast. There we go. Let me put this up real quick. 1 second. All right, there you go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a mock. Again, appreciate if you guys haven't done so already. Make sure you guys head on over, hit that like, hit that subscribe on your boy on this channel. Just Raiders, baby. Help the channel grow. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, especially if you're feeling what you're hearing. Hit that notification for the live streams. We're gonna go ahead and go over the guest list for this weekend for the draft, and I'll put up the links for the shows. You guys go ahead and hit that notify me button on the lives. All right, so you guys can also go ahead and just click on my channel. You should be able to go ahead and see the lives as well. All right, go ahead and tap in and share this on all social media platforms. And share this with your peeps for sure. 100%. Everybody on X, make sure you guys hit that repost button as well. Appreciate you guys tapping in and hanging out and just getting ready for this draft. Getting excited, man. Literally 4 days away from the mock. I'm sorry, from the NFL draft. We're about to do the mock right now, but 4 days away, we can go ahead and at least get the big question out of the way. Are we going to go ahead and draft Fernando Mendoza at number 1, which most likely we will. But if it doesn't happen, it's going to shock the world, and I'll be like, oh, damn. And I heard Jeff is going to go ahead and streak naked through Pittsburgh and some cold-ass weather just to celebrate us trading back the number 1 pick. That's the word on the street. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And if that's so, 805, please stop him. Please stop him. Stop him. I told that dude, no, don't be going streaking, man. Nobody want to see that. You're probably gonna go ahead and break the ankles, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna have people going like, yeah, exactly, man. None of that. None of that. All right. Shout out to my guy Troy. He says, not bad. Some are solid picks, B plus. Okay. All right. I'll take the B plus. I'll take it. Hey, B plus is like an A minus. So there you go. There you go. I know you've been taking shots, bro. Man, come on, dog. I already know. I already know. Man, you'll be having a good time, man. For sure. All right. So let's go ahead and get this mock underway, y'all. Again, we're gonna do a 7-rounder. So we're just gonna go ahead and take Fernando at 1. All right. So however you guys all feel, whether you're for it or against it, most likely that will be the pick. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go with that, right? We done mocks, and barring time, maybe we'll do one where we trade back the 1st-round pick. No, we'll see. I got about 30 minutes left, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to go ahead and keep this thing at 2 hours. All right, here we go. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and just ignore all that. We're gonna get a guy, move on. we're gonna do trades on this one. All right. So there you go. First trade. Giants wants us to go ahead and move it back a spot, but they want us to give up 102, and they're willing to give us their second next year. I'm good on that. Chicago wants us to move back 3 spots and give us their seventh next year. Let's see here. All right. No, I don't want their seventh next year. I want something now. Okay, so they don't want to give up their that 89. They'll let's see. I don't want to give up. No. All right. Well, y'all, gotta gotta pay to play. All right, let's see if they're willing to give up an extra one of their extra thirds. No, damn. All right, all right. So, all right, let's see if they're willing to go ahead and give up that 89. I'm gonna give up 134 in the fifth for that 89. That they'll do it. Yeah, see, there you go. All right. Let's see what the Giants are willing to go ahead and give up. Okay, so they don't really have anything. They don't have anything. That's why they're willing to go ahead and give up that second round. Okay, so they want us. Oh, okay. So let's see if they're willing to go ahead and give up the 105th, and we move back a spot and we pick up another fourth round pick, which is not a bad thing. And we got Christian Miller, Brandon Sice, Jacob Rodriguez, uh, Avian Terrell, and then Chase uh, Bisontis, Chase Bisontis, guard out of Texas A&M, and then McNeil Warren at safety, and then Pons after that. All right, let's see if they're willing to go ahead and make a deal for moving back a spot. They're give up 105. Oh, they did. All right. They wanted Size. They wanted Size. Okay. All right. So we moved back a spot. We're still good position. They got Christian Miller, um, Rodriguez, Avion Bell. I'm sorry, Avion Terrell, uh, Bistonis, McNeil McGorn, Bonds Bell, um, Pons Bell, and then you got Chris Johnson. Let's see what we got trade offers. You got 47.78. Okay, so giving up 10 spots, and they give us a third round pick, and we give up our 185. So that would be 6th round pick. New York wants us to go ahead and move back again, trade back the fifth. They want to give us 52 and the second. So that means that yeah, yep, they traded with Green Bay, so they traded away a pick that we gave them, and Green Bay wanted Brandon Size. All right, okay, so that makes sense. All right, so now the thing is, are we going to go ahead and trade back 10 spots and pick up an extra third? Um, let's see here. Oh, okay. Again, going off the big board. The only one we have here in the second round is Christian Miller, and who else is still there? Everybody else. Boston is gone. Caden is gone. CJ Allen is gone. Hood is gone. Young is gone. All right. Let's see if they're willing to go ahead and do this. So they give up. We go back 10. We can still get Lee. If he's still there at 47. So let's see if we can go ahead and pull this off. All right, there you go. Trade it back. All right. This is where we're gonna go ahead and pump the brakes. So we're at 37. Um uh, uh, yeah, our trade back. They went ahead and traded with the Colts for they went ahead and picked up Rodriguez. Um, we went to 47, picked up 78. Um, so there you go. There you go. Oh yeah. So traded again. Yeah. So traded with Indy. There you go. All right. So now we're on the board. Now we're on the clock. We got McWarren, Pons, Chris Bell, wide receiver, Lee Hunter, at 44, Keith Albany, 46, Chris Brazel, 48, and then Terrian Stukes, corner at 50. So just kind of going off by the draft board. Sorry, I started getting irritated here. We got one of our guys, Lee Hunter, is there, but then you also have D'Angelo Pons there as well, and then you got and they have Pons, who's slightly is and McWarren, who's slightly ranked higher than Lee Hunter, but just kind of going off need. The need is more on Lee Hunter, right? So what do you do here? I think we're at a situation where, um, how much of we got to kind of ask ourselves how much of an impact is Pons going to make bringing him over, and how much impact is uh, McNeil Warren going to make, right? But just going off by the big board that we just went off in the second round, um, uh, it's literally it's corner over safety, right? D tackle over corner. But in this situation, you got your corner ranked higher, four spots higher than the defensive tackle, right? Your nose tackle. So, um, and again, we got picking up, we picked 67, picked 78, 102, 105. Okay. So I think in this scenario, we're gonna go ahead and go off by the BPA for the position that we've already went ahead and already put on our board in that excuse me, in that corner. um D'Angelo Pons ranked higher than Lee Hunter, um, on the mock, right? Um, and I feel that you're still gonna have guys like Big Citrus. You're gonna be able to go ahead and pick up anywhere in that third round, either at 67 or 78, um, as well. So we need a corner. Let's go ahead and go with the corner. We're gonna go do a little bit different. All right. Okay. So now we got another trade scenario. You got Washington wants us to trade back 4 spots. They want our 7th for next year, and then willing to give us their 4th for next year. You got Cincy wanting to go ahead again, give up what is this, 5 spots. They're willing to give their 110 and their 4th for next year. I don't want to give up any. I don't want to give up a 4th. Let's see here. All right, this is not really moving the needle. Okay, so I think we're gonna go ahead and stay put where we're at. And again, currently, we got Heich, Scott, Mike Washington, running back out of Arkansas, Julian McNeil, corner, Trotter, linebacker Woolley, Ramsey, Jennings Dunker, Jacoby Lane, Demetrius Crownover, Stowers, Joshua Josephs, um, Davison Ibignuson, corner. And then we go down to Dominic Orange at 85. And again, we pick at 78. 78. All right. So kind of going off the big board for the third round. I got D tackle, wide receiver, corner, safety, edge, linebacker. So in this scenario, um, based off what is available, as far as nose tackle for BPA, you have Dominic Orange all the way to 85. Okay, so now we can go ahead and kind of earmark him for pick 78. That leaves wide receiver, corner, which we already picked up corner, so that's out. Wide receiver, safety, edge, linebacker, and then so on. So we're gonna go ahead and go with um, the wide receiver, and I think in this situation we're gonna go ahead and pick up Jacoby Lane. Jacoby Lane at 67. So a little bit of reach, but not too much of a reach. You're only going over what is it, 8 spots. So not that much, not that much of a reach. All right, let's see here. Okay, so now we got again 2 trade offers. Jacksonville wants us to go ahead and go back to 100. That's a big step back. Then you have Dallas 92, and they're willing to give us their third for next year, but they want us to give up our fifth and 78. I know they don't really have a whole lot, so we're gonna go ahead and stay put. We're gonna go ahead and pick. Let's see here. After us, Eagles picked up drafted Heitch. Texas picked up Washington. Chicago Scott, Bryce Lance picked up by Washington, Crown over by Cincy, Emmett Johnson, Seattle, Justin Jolie picked up their tight end, Bud Clark went over to Miami, Willie to Pittsburgh, Jake Golday went over to Tampa. So at 78, I think we're going to go ahead and stick true to our board again. We're going to go ahead and pick up our defensive tackle in Dominic Orange. And the reason why I would go ahead and do it now, as opposed to trying to gamble and wait for 102, there's been a lot of scenarios where he's getting picked up around this mark. I don't see him really being there too much after 90. So I'd rather play it safe. I'd rather go ahead and get our guy now and lock up our nose tackle for the foreseeable future. So let's go ahead and pick up Dominique Orange. All right. Cool. So I'll go back to this right now. All right. So let's see who everybody picked after us. We were pick 78. So Rams pick up Stowers. 80. The Ravens pick up Neal. Kogor went to the Bears. Masses went to the Vikings. Ibignuson went to Carolina. Brailsford, the center, went over to the Giants. Surratt went to Pittsburgh. Reardon went to the Chokers. Branch got drafted by Miami. Jennings Dunker went to Chicago. And they also picked up Trotter. Barber went over to Miami. Wheatley went over to Buffalo. Chandler Rivers went over to Dallas. Brendan Thompson went over to the Rams. Lawson to the Dolphins. Kamari Ramsey got picked up by the Patriots. Malik Muhammad by Seattle. Parker, the center, went over to the Vikings. Max Clare went over to the Eagles. Katron went over to the Steelers, and Drew Shelton went over to Jacksonville. And then we have Jacksonville at 101. They picked up Coleman. So we're at 102. Again, so far, we got Fernando. We traded back a couple of times and went and picked up Pons at 47. Then we picked up Lane at 67. We got Dominic Orange at 78. That is kind of the mid third round. Mid third round. He's ranked 85 here. We don't want to go ahead and chance it, so we picked him up at 78. So we're at 102. So corner, wide receiver, and defensive tackle. Just going up to my draft board here in the fourth round. We can go ahead and not worry about corner. We can move on to edge, linebacker, running back, safety, offensive line. Right. So we got picks. Let's go back to see because we picked up an extra pick. So we got 102, 105, 117, 134. So we picked up that extra fourth round pick. So currently, right now, as far as what's on the board, BPA, Joshua Josephs, and here, let me show this one. There you go. All right. All right. Okay, cool. So we got Joshua Josephs. He fell into the fourth round. Terrell Jackson, defensive tackle, Florida State. Danny Dennison still there. Takario Davis, Michael Trigg, Isaiah World, Damon Claiborne, 105. Jude Baudry, Caleb Proctor, Derek Moore, there at 110, or is there at 114? And then you got Law, Gublin, Conga, Casey, and then Demings roundabout. So I think for right now for 102, sorry, I'm trying to go ahead and get this even. All right, cool. So let's look at Joshua Josephs. See, 6'3", 234. He's kind of underweight for that position. Let's see, he has over 34-inch arms. Let's see if I can find something for 2025. Okay, cool. All right. So he has a pressure rate of 7.5%. He doesn't channel his power consistently with the upper explosive length and suspected raw strength makes him susceptible to snatches, forceful strikes against larger opponents. His run defense profile, raw tools, natural leveraging. He projects as a quality rotational presence and a serviceable, strong appeal in odd front schemes, but he needs to improve on his power element. Okay. Let's see what Sutton has to say. 6'6", 256. He was productive across from Abdul Carter. 2025, he had 8.5 sacks, 12 tackles for losses. Let's see, 6'4", 266. Ideal for him and density and length to go along with a great explosive arc speed, vulnerable raw power, and underlying urgency that never dies. Sentence fluidity is a major concern. Doesn't have that bend or ankle mobility to make transitions. He still lacks consistent pass rush plan. Nevertheless, Sutton's motor and power profile ensures he can contend at contact when operating on the attack. Okay. I'll be honest with y'all. I wasn't too keen on both of these dudes. Let me see. Height is there at 123. I like height a lot. I drafted him on the previous draft. Kind of going back to my board, linebacker, then running back. Let's see. Claiborne is there at 105. Shout out to my guy G Fam in the building. What is good, my guy? Appreciate you tapping in. Salute, salute. Shout out to my guy Silver Smoke Raider in the building. Quarterback Mendoza at number one, the biggest must do. Yes, sir. 4 days away. You can get that question answered 100%. All right. Is Bo Stevens there a guard? I don't know. Maybe. You missed it, dog. We're doing. I did a big board. I did. I did my my draft board. So, kind of going off by that. It does help, especially when making certain decisions. Not gonna lie, it makes it a little bit more easier because you've already kind of had certain dudes in your mind. But he's ranked 142, so I'm at 102. Then I got 105, 117, and then 134. So they're still a little ways away. Still a little ways away. Um, but since we already got a corner, I feel it's either um, running back or linebacker. You got Claiborne at 105. Um, you got Orm or at 114. I think that's too much of a reach to go down all the way down there. Um, I think if we can go ahead and pick up a running back now in Claiborne, I think that would be good. So we're gonna sorry, keep moving this. Um, this thing keeps moving. Sorry. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up Claiborne at 105. Just going off my big board. So now we're at 105. And what we got is Jarrell Jackson, Tacario Davis, World, uh, Belladry, Proctor, Moore. So now you got Moore. Um, let's take a look at Moore. I know we got Ramel High, but let's see what this guy has to offer. 6'4", 255. 2025, he had 10 sacks, 10 and a half tackles for losses. Let's see. He has a good first step, long track explosion. Uh, he has over 34-inch arms. He has also a hot motor defender, a reliable converter at the tackle point. Um, he was overwhelmingly relying on his physical tools and raw power in college. At times, he lacked pass rush plan that initial power, and that is very consistent with tracking counters. Moore needs more operational refinement as a rusher, more discipline against misdirections in defense, but nonetheless, he has physical gifts and temperament to make him an instant impact rotation. An impact starter upside is present. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So we got Orr at 114. Kalen Black. Okay, but we already got a running back, so we're good on that. For now, you got Lewis at 122, and then we got Hyde at 123. Obviously, we got 105, 117. So far, again, if you guys are just tapping in, got Fernando at 1, traded back at 36 to the Giants, traded back one spot, traded again to Indy, and picked up pick 4778. We got Pons at 47, and then Jacoby Lane at 67, and then Dominic Orange, Big Citrus at 78. Damon Claiborne at 102. So we're at 105. And right now it's edge, linebacker, or safety, or you can even go offensive line. But I think we're good, right? So I think at this point, all right, let's see what we got. Jackson, Davis, World, Moore. Let me look at Orr. Um, he gets lost. Gets lost at times as a strong linebacker class. Be his potential gem in the middle round range. He had 92 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, a sack, five pass breakups. See his final season, Warren amassed 130 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 pass deflections, 6'2", 234. Good size lean mass. Let me get more of his attributes here. We can be over aggressive on misdirections at times. Processing reactions can be a trick faster overall, but he has improved that part since 2023. He checks boxes as a gap attacker. He's an ultra competent blitzer with impressive pass rush efficiency. He's shown to play square targets in the zone coverage. Okay. All right. All right. I like it. I mean, he's not wowing me, but he moved the needle a little bit. I'll be honest. I don't know if Moore is going to do it for me. I don't know. Uh, I got World. I can go ahead and do that. We got the extra draft pick. You got, but then you got Caleb at 114. So again, I'm probably gonna go ahead and stick to my board here and just put the rank over over BPA a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and get let me see who else is out there. Kyle Lewis. All right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go with Orr. All right, there we go. All right, so Atlanta wants to go ahead and trade back. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and continue on from here on out. Let's see what was picked up. All right, so Texas got Coleman, wide receiver out of Missouri. Oklahoma got Favici, guard out of Oklahoma. Bo Stevens, guard out of Iowa. Bowdry, Boston College. Matt Goblin went to Cincy. Tacario Davis went to Denver. Kyle Lewis went to Dallas. World went to Indy. Gerald Jackson went to Philly. We got the Browns picked up Burton, center out of Kentucky. Dalen Bentley, tight end out of Utah. All right. So what we got on deck, we got 117. So we picked up Claiborne. We picked up Orr, linebacker. We have 117, 134. So far, we got the linebacker. Let me switch to this view. So we already have a corner, so that's out. We got a linebacker. We got a running back. So that leaves us edge, safety, offensive line that is left to go ahead and kind of go into this fourth round, going off the big board. Edge, and again, it's funny. Moore is still there at 110. He hasn't really gone anywhere. And then, but Hyde's there, right? You got Romello Hyde. And then, wow, Perkins was there at 132. Okay. All right. Shit. Maybe I should have kept, maybe I should have gone World. Oh, wow. It's all good. Live and learn. But yeah, it's just interesting how Perkins is still there. I wonder. I've seen him go go higher as well. So it's just funny to see him still sticking around this time frame. All right. All right. So we're at 117. I think we're gonna go ahead and pick up the edge. We're gonna go ahead and get Romello Height at 117. A little bit of reach, but not too much of a reach. You got Buffalo hitting us up. They want to go ahead and have us trade to 165. They're willing to give us 168, 220. Nope. We're going to chill. All right. So we're at 134 so far. Going back to the big board, we already got a corner. We already got our edge, Romello Height. We already got our linebacker, and or you already got our running back in Claiborne. That leaves safety and offensive line. Okay. And so far, we got Mendoza, Pons at 47, Jacoby Lane at 67, Big Citrus 78, Claiborne at 102, or at 105, Height at 117. So we got the last pick in the fourth round at 134. Then you got fifth round pick at 175. Then you got your sixth round pick, 185, and then 219. That was the seventh round pick. Okay. All right. So who does that leave us so far? Again, that's gonna leave us with a safety and offensive line. All right. So let's see here. So let's go ahead and I know Jones is there, but I think center is not really the big need. Then you got J.C. Davis out of Illinois, 6'4", 322. Let's see here. Oh, he played here locally. I totally forgot about that. I kind of saw him before. I looked into him before, but um, he uh, he played here at University of New Mexico uh, in 22 and 23, and he was a left tackle here. So, um, and then he went over to Illinois in 24 and 25, and he's been there 6'4", 330, 34-inch arms, um, heavy hand, solid anchor, good leverage, wide frame. Uh, he experiences lapses in upper lower synergy with premature extensions. Uh, Still, Davis' extensive collegiate experience has yielded him a strong operational floor as well as two-phase awareness. He projects strong piece gap and inside zone schemes, has a degree of starting upside both at tackle and guard. There you go. All right, I like him. Former UNM guy, um, coming from Illinois this time. And then who do we have as well? Let's see. I think the next safety is Taffy, and he's listed at 158. Let me just make sure. Yeah, Taffy is listed 158. All right, so JC Davis can go ahead and really be that replacement for Colton Miller whenever he decides to go ahead and hang it up. Solid guy, you already heard. And it can also be a depth piece as well at guard. So hopefully these guys don't go down. Hopefully JPJ stays healthy. Or a different guy stays healthy. Hopefully all these guys stay healthy. But if somebody goes down, we have a replacement in Davis. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of leapfrog my board a little bit and just kind of place this guy over the safety and JC Davis and pick him up at 134. All right. So we're in the fifth round, y'all. So we're at pick 175. So far, we got Mendoza Pons, Jacoby Lane at 67, Big Citrus at 78, Claiborne at 102, or at 105, linebacker at TCU, Romello Hyde at edge at Texas Tech at 117, and JC Davis, left tackle out of Illinois, former UNM guy, local guy for me, at 134. And again, this is kind of keeping him with Colton Miller and having his guy for the future to eventually take over whenever he decides to go ahead and hang it up. All right. So we're in the fifth round. We already picked up a linebacker. We already picked up a lineman. We already picked up a running back. So that leaves us a safety. We're going to go ahead and see what we got available at 175. And guess what? Michael Taffy is there still at 158, safety out of Texas. So, and again, he was already on the big board. If you guys just pulling up, did the big board. I got Michael Taffy at in the fourth round as a safety on the big board, and he's still there. So I think this is a situation where we're just going to go ahead and go off by that big board, stick true to it, and pick up Taffy at 175 in the fifth round and adding some depth to that safety room. All right, y'all. 2 more picks to go. And we're going to be able to go ahead and wrap this mock up. And we'll probably try to see if we can do a quick mock on Thursday before the draft as well. So, make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for that. Hang on one second, guys. All right. All right. Sorry, my guard dog heard something, decided to go ahead and bark. He was here on my feet. All right. Whereas we're in the sixth round. At this point, we're done with the big board. We're good. I think at this point, we're just either going to go with BPA or we're going to go ahead and go with the positions that we still need to go ahead and round out. And I mean, we've covered a lot. I mean, corner, wide receiver, we got our nose tackle, we got a running back, linebacker, edge, we got an offensive tackle, we got a safety in this month. We got basically all bases covered so far. We can go ahead and pick up another lineman for depth. We can go ahead and pick up another receiver, another linebacker. You got Jack Kelly, guy out of BYU. He's there. You got Thaddeus Dixon, corner out of North Carolina, as well. So it just kind of depends on what y'all are looking for. All right, let me go down to chat again. Appreciate you guys tapping in and rocking with me on this Monday night. We're doing the big board and mock draft. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe on this channel. Share it to all social media platforms. Share it to your friends, family, everybody who's a Raider fan. Share it to them. Let them know if you guys are next. Repost this thing. Spread it out to the X universe, to the YouTube universe. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are new, make sure you guys and you guys are on Twitter, X, hop on over. Got the link in the chat. Hit that subscribe on YouTube. We're going live the next for all days of the draft. I'll go over that in just a bit. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in and hit that notification on your boy. All right. Let's go ahead and finish up this mock draft. We're at 185. So let's see here what we got. We got Burke, Eric Rivers, Mason Gregor, edge, Ennis Cooper. Mentioned him on the big board as well. for the 5th round. He's a right guard out of Miami. You got Jack Kelly. Let's see here. James Husky. Uh, Jeremiah Wright, guard out of Auburn. Um, let's see. We got Big Billy. So it just kind of depends on kind of what we're looking to go ahead and do here. Again, this would be just for depth at this point in time. Let's see here. Eric says trade up for another 1st-round pick. Offensive line elite rookie, that guy from Penn State. Save money and start. You mean Vega? I think that's Vega. I don't know. Let's see. Eric says D'Angelo's too small. Stop drafting undersized players. Need taller CB. I mean, we got what's his face, Darren Porter. Guy's like 6'4". I think Stokes is like 6 foot. Pounds is what, 5'11" or 5'8"? Okay, so he's the skill is there though. Sorry, man. You know, if these guys can make plays happen, fuck it, do it. Yeah, see, Pounds is the dog. He'll shut down one side of the field. Yep, exactly, man. So, it's also how you play that ball, man. And you know, if you got the leap, that's the leap. Yeah, see. Shout out to my guy Predator in the building. Salute. He's gonna be at the drive, rocking the shirt. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute, represent. I'll be here at the crib, man. Holding it down. We're gonna be doing the lives, so you know, I'll be there in spirit, and but we'll be there every step of the way for sure. Billy for sure, since you missed out on Bo Stevens. Where is Billy ranked? Billy's ranked 2 away, dog. 219. I feel like he's still going to be there at 219. So we'll save him for last. Honestly, I think the question is, should I pick up another linebacker or edge? Let me look at it, Riger. Let's see. Proved in battle in 2025. Quietly shining, amassing 5 sacks, 6 tackles for losses, earning a strong score of 84 PFSN, whatever. True drop back pressure rate of almost 14%. Lower sack numbers can be partially explained by a lower pressure conversion rate, which hints problems with tackling and finishing. But at the core, Rager's profile and certain athletic and intangible qualities that are sure to help him produce in the NFL. 6'5", 251, near 33-inch arms. He's tall, explosive, twitched up. Okay. He's likely to be restricted to a pass rusher special slowly role early on in his career, but he has athleticism, intelligence, and competitive energy to try to thrive in that role once he grows in other areas. Okay. Then you got Jack Kelly, 6'2", 240, mid to late round linebacker. Let's see, what did he do in 25? 15 tackles, 23 and a half tackles for losses, 6'2", 240, 31 and 1/8 arm span. He has above average size to pair with swarming sideline to sideline range, near elite on attack explosion. He plays with tenacious pace and physicality, weaponizes the unhinges motor, both his gap invader and has a wide angle aware blitzer, whose combined explosive range and instincts help him produce a terrifying 30.2% pressure rate on pass rush reps in 2025. Um, Kelly's attack profile is compelling. This profile does warrant a 15% missed tackle rate in 2025. Hence, at lacking control with angle breakdowns or wrap up technique, he can uh, get picked on. He can be picked on in coverage with his average fluidity and consistent zone, subpar ball skills, best as an attacking Sam, a linebacker. He has an immediate rotation and multi-phase appeal, but shore up his tackling and improve his coverage game. He can be a full-time starter. Okay, I don't know. I like Kelly. I like Kelly. I like Kelly more than Rager, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up another linebacker. But this one's for G fam. Let's see, Billy's there. Did they pick up Billy? No, Billy's still there. Where's Billy at? Bill boy. Oh, did they get Billy? Oh, they got Billy. Billy, no. They got Billy at 188, bro. Damn. See, Seahawks ain't fucking around, man. All right. All right. It's all good. Let's see here. All right. So that means we just gotta go with something else. That's so good. Seventh round pick. Um, let's see what we got. All right. So we got all that. We got Sap. We got Barnett. Caden Curry. We already got a tackle. Hartley. Let me just go to the guards here. Hartley, Campbell, Wade. That's it. That's kind of worth mentioning. And then you got Coogan. Picked up the tackle. Okay. All right. So let's go back to BPA. Sean Benny. 212. What is he? 6'2", 298. He seems a little undersized. Yeah, he kind of seems undersized here. What's that? GFAM says either Curry or Caleb Douglas, wide receiver. I don't know. I don't know too much about him. I'll check him out right now. Let's see. Sap. What is he? 6'2", 273. He's an edge, so he's a big guy. He didn't have a good 2025. They didn't even put up his stats, so that might not be good. Because in 24, he had 7 sacks, 13 tackles for losses, 2 forced fumbles. But then they say production stalled in 25. So I am no. I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna back out that one. What was the one they were asking? Caleb Douglas. Where is he at? I think he got picked, bro. I don't see him here. Oh, here he is. Okay. Wide receiver, Texas Tech. 6'2", 6'3" and a half, 206. What do we got? 32 and a half inch arm. 439. Okay. Only 31 and a half inches vertical jump. Okay. What's his comp? Let's see. Jordy Nelson. Okay. Caleb Douglas. Devin Thomas. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let's go back to BPA. I think I'm probably just gonna go. Um, or should I get a punter? There you go. Last pick, Rashul Faison. There you go, bro. If you know, you know. You know, you know. Oh man, Rashul Faison, man. This buddy. The special teams who's there. BPA Zavada there. 425. If you don't wanna risk it. Get Zavala ASAP. Nah, man. I'd rather wait. I'm good. I'm good. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and GFM says watch Caleb Douglas pro day and college highlights. You're impressed? Okay. I don't know, dog. You just uh, who's the other guy? Caden Curry. I like Caden Curry more. Let's see. What is he? 6'3", 57. 4-star. That don't matter. Totally 4.5 sacks, 8.5 tackles for loss. And okay, my bad. So in 2025, Curry broke out in his team most disruptive threat off the edge, accumulating 11 sacks, 16.5 tackles for losses in 14 games. Curry's experience and late career production are positive indicators that his NFL projection is a bit more complicated. At 6'3", 257, he has good natural leverage and compact mass that helped him moonlight as a situational power rusher from the 3 technique and 4. And in addition, taking reps on the outside. Okay. But at that size, Curry also extremely short arms. He's reasonably explosive, but doesn't have the elite percept. He's not a pass rush technician. He also relatively stiff, both with his attempt cornering and hip flexibility, working past blocks. Motors is relentless. He's strong, well leveraged and gap sound in the run defense. Okay. Curry will likely never be an NFL starter, but he has functionality and an alignment, versatile rotational presence with high quality run defense and a reliable leverage profile and motorized playmaking in pursuit. I don't know, but I mean, he had a good year last year. I don't know. Either way, I mean, this is death. So I mean, we're not doing a whole lot at this point, and if these guys happen to hit in the 7th round or they happen to be good rotational pieces, I'm cool with that. Um, but let's go with Curry. Let's go with Curry. All right, there you go. And that's that. That's that. My guy G Fan says, plus word is Patty Mahomes wants him in case he will feel even better taking the guy Mahomes wants. Why does he want him? Just because he had a good pro day? Or is it just the tape? The tape is just phenomenal. I don't know. I gotta watch. I see. I don't know a whole lot about the guy from what I read, so I would have to probably look at tape and then I can kind of probably feel a little bit more confident. So, all right, y'all. So this is it. B plus, B plus. Um, so a little bit different. Okay, a little lower score. Again, you guys go ahead and um, rate this mock A, B, C, D, or F on here. So we went with Fernando Mendoza at number 1. We traded back from 36 to 37 to excuse me to the Giants, and we got the pick 37 and 105. Then we went ahead and traded back with Indy for 47 and 78. They got our 37, and we sent them our 208. And then with the 47, we drafted D'Angelo Pons. And then we got Jacoby Lane at 67, Dominic Orange at 78 in the third round, Claiborne at 102, or linebacker at TCU at 105, Romello High Edge at 117, JAC Davis at 134. And this is our drafting our Colton Miller replacement for the future. At 175, we got Michael Taffy out of Texas. 185, surprisingly, they give us an F for Jack Kelly. Okay. Then Caden Curry at 219. So again, what do you guys think about this draft? A, B, C, D, or F? You guys be gentle. Let me know down below in the chat and the comment section if you guys are watching the replay. Again, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button on your boy. We are going to be live for the draft all 3 days. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up in just a second here, but make sure you guys hit that noti on this channel and everything on the lives that we have coming up. But again, this is a mock we did a little bit lower grade than earlier. This is the grade that I had earlier today. Right, this is what we did before the show, and obviously higher. And this is just going straight up, no trade back for this one. And what we just did, we traded back a couple of times. So there you have it. Big difference in grading. Didn't get an F, but on this one at any point, but. The one that I just did, they PFSN was like, fuck that. Jack Kelly, that was a terrible draft at 185. So all right, cool. It's all good. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed that mock. I'm gonna go ahead and try to squeeze one in for Thursday. Or we'll do with everybody. We'll try to do that interactive as well. I'm gonna try to get that figured out to get these guys more involved. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put up some links real quick. Hang on one second, y'all. All right. Shout out to my guy Troy. He says A-. All right, there you go. 805 says low score must be because that cold-blooded. I'm gonna download that little snippet, man. Cold-blooded. It's Rick James. There you go, man. Nah, bro. I mean, but it ain't for now at all. Come on.
Stop it. Get some help.
Come on, man. You already know we got the
number one pick.
Yes, sir. All right. Let me go ahead and post up these links real quick. All right. So we got hang on one second. Trying to see how this kind of looks. Okay. Let me just put up from my thing here. All right. Add this thing on. All right. So as you see here, got the links posted. I got the live streams already set up for the next few days coming up for the draft. Again, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that notify me button. As you guys see down on there. We're starting off day one at 4 p.m. Pacific. 4 p.m. Pacific for all my peeps on the West Coast. You see 5, but that's my time because I'm not on the West Coast. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in. We're gonna go ahead and talk about day one of the draft, possible moves. Could there be a possible trade back, or could be a trade up? You don't know. And what could the other teams pick as well? Because also that is important on what the other teams do on day one. That could impact our pick at 36. Could certain individuals fly off the board early, and that makes kind of the possibility of us trading back that 36 pick more of a possibility. You just don't know, right? So super important. We're going to go ahead and go over that and much more on day one, and then we'll go ahead and try to run that mock before the actual draft starts. On day two, again, um, day two starting at 3 p.m. Pacific on the West Coast. From our West Coast, 3 p.m. We're starting early. We're doing the pre-draft show. We're going to go ahead and do a mock. We're going to discuss possible picks at 36, at 30, and 67. Could there be a trade back? What is that likelihood? We'll go over the big board. I'll probably tweak up this big board over the next couple of days. So that might change a little bit. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. That's gonna be a good one. And then make sure you guys go ahead and pull up as well for day three. Good morning Raiders. That is going to be a Good Morning Raiders show. Day three of the draft. We're going to cover. I'm going to go ahead and cover rounds 4 to 7, capping off the 2026 NFL draft. We're going to start bright eyed and bushy tailed, 8 a.m. on the West Coast. So make sure you guys go ahead and get your coffee, whatever it is, to go ahead and get your mind right. We're going to be kicking it off early. And we'll discuss rounds 4 to 7 as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in. I put the links down in the chat. If you guys are watching the replay, you guys can still click on those links, hit that notify me button as I just did, and that will go ahead and send you an alert once we go on as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up and tap in for those shows coming up. All right. But that is it for the show today. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up, rocking with me on this Monday night. I will see you guys. We will not have a Raider connection this Wednesday. Jeff is going to be out there gallivanting in Pittsburgh, and Leo has something going on for the draft. He's doing a live draft party up in Ventura County, Oxnard area, in Camarillo, whatever you want to call it. It's Camarillo, technically, but however you guys want to pronounce it, it's all good. He's going to be up there. So if you're in the neighborhood, make sure you guys go ahead and hit up Cheeto Linus and then link up with him. They're going to be doing on-air live draft coverage with my guy MC Raider. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for that one. Nate will. So as far as the guests are concerned, we got a packed house coming up on day 1 and 2. We're gonna go ahead and have my guy Raider will be tapping in and joining us for the draft days. Also, my guy LB Raider 10, my co-host on the Raider Connection, they'll be tapping in as well. Also, Jason Downs will be tapping in for the draft days, and my guy Raider Primas will be tapping in on Friday. We're going to be doing the draft, so make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. Good morning, Raiders. You already know we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and line up somebody for that one. Also, make sure you guys go ahead and stay tuned. So we got action-packed next few days with guests, and it's going to be a hot one. You already know what time it is. But make sure you guys go ahead and hit the notifications for those shows coming up. All right, there you go, man. Have fun. Make sure he doesn't go ahead and go streaking when they trade back, supposedly according to him. Just, like I said, bro, just twirl that shirt, bro. That's it. God, you don't gotta do nothing extra and hurt yourself, man. 805 is there. He's gonna go ahead and bring you down to reality, bro. There you go. Yes, you will. Oh man. But I hope you guys have fun. Stay safe as always, man. Um, out in on Pittsburgh, same thing for my guy 805. Um, I know you're gonna be taking the shots, bro. But make sure you stay safe along with Chris, because when once you get with Chris, bro, get them drinks flowing. It's a good time, bro. It's a good time. You know what I mean? So yeah, you guys be safe out there, man. Same thing for Severe. Everybody going to the draft on Thursday. My guy Pred. Everybody out there, make sure you guys stay safe, have fun. We're gonna be holding down here at the fort and going over the draft as you guys are there live, experiencing it in real time for sure. The trade back party will go on as long as it wants. Oh, I know, bro. I know how those things could potentially go. So, yeah, that would be fun. Show me the footage at Bakersfield, dog. So there you go. You don't have to post it up, but show me the footage of Bakersfield. That's all I'm gonna say. But other than that, I appreciate you guys. I'll be back. I'll be live Thursday, day one of the 2026 NFL draft. We're gonna go ahead and get that question finally answered. Are we gonna draft Fernando Mendoza or not at number one? Anything can happen, y'all. Anything can happen. Don't excuse me. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it, because crazy as shit has happened. Sorry. Crazy as shit has happened. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in. We're gonna kick it off. Obviously, we're first ones. We're gonna kick it off right away. So we'll know. Either we're gonna draft them or we're gonna trade back. The phone lines have been buzzing. We know that. It's honestly at this point whether or not Spytek is really going to go ahead and pull that trigger and trade in either draft Mendoza or trade back. That's really at the point we're really at this time. So, but with that being said, y'all, we'll see you guys on Thursday. Always remember, just Raiders, baby. Till next time, y'all. Peace.
Jack J-Ray, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest, guest Raider Nation. From Oakland to LA to Vegas, nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders. Stand up. Welcome to the channel. It's called Just Raiders, baby. If you ain't subscribed, then you gotta try. Just Raiders, baby, nothing but love for the Raiders. Been an OG before 93. Shout out to the nation, they always crazy. So nation, ride with me, taking over my style is amazing. Making hits like the B on the Blitz and Silver E and Black on the attack. They on the map. J-Ray, the creator with the killer content, hot takes and the dopest guest Raider Nation. From Oakland to LA to Vegas, nothing greater than the Raiders, only facts. Just Raiders, putting on shows like Brock on the go. We just like J Raider, the innovator, making shows like Good Morning Raiders, the originator. Raiders Unfiltered, raw, never censored. The post game reaction, nothing but action. Just Raiders, baby. Just Raiders, baby. J Raider, the creator with the killer content. Hot takes and the dopest, yes. Raider Nation, the only nation.
Just win, baby.
Win, baby.
Just win.
The number one pick.